West Virginia provides habitat for a number of federally listed threatened and endangered species. A majority of the state is forested and provides foraging and roosting habitat for forest-dwelling bats. Specifically myotine bats, including the federally endangered Indiana bat and the federally threatened northern long-eared bat. Development of the landscape has proven to be a threat to myotine species across the state. The North Fork Hughes River Conservation Site has been developed by AllStar Ecology with the aim to improve a high-quality summer habitat area that is permanently preserved for myotine bats. Prior to the selection of the property as a potential conservation site, the area was assessed for its proximity to known locations for federally listed species. The site is located along the banks of the North Fork Hughes River within United States Fish and Wildlife Service aquatic and terrestrial buffers of known locations, occurrences, or habitat for federally listed species. Since the site was located along the North Fork Hughes River, a water body known to support federally listed mussel species, AllStar Ecology performed surveys for mussels and their habitat adjacent to the conservation site. Approximately 87% of the property is composed of a moderately xeric, deciduous forest with elevations that range from 720 to 980 feet above sea level. Goose Run is a named perennial stream that flows through a valley bottom that transects the southern portion of the property. The area was evaluated by AllStar Ecology's Myotine Suitable Habitat Assessment Model, which analyzes physical variables on the landscape in an effort to predict the suitability for usage by myotine bat species. Variables utilized to develop the model include forest cover and fragmentation, proximity to water bodies, slope, aspect, and solar radiation. The model itself classifies the landscape into a suitability index that ranges from unsuitable to high suitability. The analysis of the area revealed that approximately 76% of the property was classified as at least fairly suitable habitat for myotine bat species. Verification of the model was carried out in the form of presence-absence surveys for bats. Acoustic recorders were placed in 4 locations across the site, and recordings were identified by AllStar Ecology bat biologists to the species level. A total of 6 bat species were identified, including the federally threatened northern long-eared bat. Subsequent mist-netting surveys were carried out by permitted AllStar Ecology bat biologists along likely feeding and travel flyways adjacent to Goose Run. Northern long-eared bats were captured, and adults were radio tagged and tracked to roost trees nearby. Once federally threatened bat species were confirmed to utilize the site, the development of the property was aimed at improving and preserving roosting and foraging habitat. Roosting habitat on site was improved utilizing a variety of methods. 60 trees were selected on site for the creation of potential roosting habitat. 2 methods were utilized to girdle trees for potential roost tree creation. 30 trees were girdled using only a chainsaw to completely encircle the trunk of the tree. The remaining 30 trees were girdled utilizing a hack and squirt method, where cuts were made into the bark with a hatchet completely encircling the tree, and a spray bottle was used to squirt herbicide into the fresh cuts. Each tree was marked for future monitoring. 11 additional trees were selected to receive a treatment for roost creation aimed to mimic the roost characteristics of northern long-eared bats, which are known to utilize existing cavities in live trees. This method, developed by AllStar Ecology, involves boring into live trees to mechanically induce internal voids into the trunk of the tree. Each meave was marked for future monitoring. Roosting habitat was also improved through the installation of artificial roosting structures. 22 BCI-certified 2-chambered rocket boxes were installed on site to immediately enhance the availability of potential roosting habitat. They were installed in close proximity to flyways and feeding areas where they would receive high solar radiation. Foraging habitat on site was improved through the development of constructed aquatic resources to create high-quality feeding and watering sites. 3 aquatic resources were constructed in the field in the central portion of the site in close proximity to installed rocket boxes. Existing hydrology was utilized, and a compacted clay groundwater dam was constructed to increase water retention at each feature. A 4th watering hole was created on top of the ridge in the far eastern portion of the property. A 20-foot diameter pit was excavated to a depth of 3 feet and a liner was installed to prevent the loss of water from the feature. 2 areas of herbaceous vegetation were reforested with tree species known to be used by bats as roosts. Approximately 400 total tree seedlings consisting of 4 species, including shagbark hickory, white oak, black locust, and red maple, were planted across approximately 1.8 acres located in the southwestern and northern portion of the conservation site. Each tree was planted within a steel cage in order to protect the seedlings from potential deer browse and to help ensure tree survival rates. The aim of the North Fork Hughes River Conservation Site is the enhancement and long-term protection of suitable summer roosting and foraging habitat for myotine bat species. Following a survey of the property, up-to-date boundaries were established and a legally binding conservation easement was drafted, ensuring that the 53-acre conservation site would be protected in perpetuity. Additionally, gates and fencing were installed at access points to the property in order to limit unwanted activity on the site. Future plans for the monitoring of the site include additional acoustic and mist netting surveys that will be conducted during the summer survey season, as well as early and late season occupation monitoring for all installed structures and created potential roosting habitat.